I'm Malcolm, and we have a great show lined up here today. She thought she was bored, she thought she was lazy. Now she's sitting on top of a multi-million-dollar latex empire. You're gonna meet Hélène Richard. She's gonna tell you how she beat the odds and how any woman can open up her own business. The Soul Train's in town. Montreal's hottest DJs met at the World Nightclub at 1400 Montcalm, and these guys don't do weddings. And the world didn't stop turning there. Recording artist Crystal Waters also played for one night only, and she's gonna tell us a little bit about her tour and about her music. Just got used to the loonie. Now a $2 coin? What would you call it? Your ideas, all on Rant and Rave. Also, the Mars Man, he's gonna give us a piece of his mind on Canadian peacekeeping. Join us on the toilet. For ToiletNet, of course. We're gonna talk about some of that graffiti around town. Monkey, a plague, and worldwide panic. There's an outbreak in town, but we didn't catch it. More on that movie later. Surveys say that if you watch I in Montreal, you'll have cleaner and brighter watch. We'll be back after the rinse cycle. How do you turn this into a $2 million a year business? Hélène Richard is going to show you how. Now, Hélène, what made you decide to open up your own business?
Once I was reading a newspaper and I was on maternity leave and I had only 2 months left, and I was reading a paper and they were talking about a small store selling condoms in London, Ontario. So I thought, hey, that's smart. So I went there and they were selling around 10 different condoms in jars, like candies.
Okay.
So I thought, hey, that I'll do the same thing, but it's going to be a really specialized store where we'll have like 100 different styles, and it's going to be really a real specialized boutique selling condoms. And that's how it all started.
Opening up a condom shop, it's kind of a racy idea, but what kind of reaction did you get from your friends and family?
Well, people were laughing. They did not believe, what we were doing. They started to believe when we rented actually the store that we opened. They said, hey, they rented the store. It's true. They will open a condom store. So people were really laughing, and people were telling us we were crazy. But then we thought it was a good thing, because at the time I remembered that I was buying my coffee on Saint Denis Street. I was living like 45 to 1 hour away from that. And I thought, if I'm going to do all the way to buy my coffee, someone's going to come all the way to buy their condoms, because it's something that they will need to use, and they have no choice.
Women as entrepreneurs, they face a little bit of sexism in terms of loans, that sort of thing. What sort of things can women avoid, and what should they look forward to in business?
A couple of times I had to use a guy like to go to open an account with some distributor that were outside the country. I used a guy to phone there, and after a while, after the relation was established, I just handled it myself. But it happens a couple of times where I use a guy, just to pretend, like it's a man's world. It's really a man's world, because sometimes you have to do those things. So when you don't know that, at first, you hurt walls, because how come, they're not taking me seriously? So I learned that way, I bypassed like the problem.
So we can assume it's different for a woman to start a business, to get into a business for herself.
Yes,
obviously.
And women really are less aggressive. And I've learned to be aggressive, to say, listen, I want this and not that.
Now one thing you're also saying is that you're really trying to separate your image as a store from, say, a sex shop type of thing. I mean, some people do look at La Capoterie and they're somewhat confused and say it's a sex shop, but it isn't really, is it?
No, when you are a customer, you know that it's not a sex shop. But when you're not, it's not easy to pass the image. People are not really sure what it could be, because it's not something that existed for a long time. So you cannot relate it in your head, oh yes, this is that kind of store, because you never saw it before. So it's really hard for us to pass our image through the mind of people who are not our customers. A lot of customers have come here by chance, you know, they were passing by, or a friend told them about it, and they came by. They say, oh, that's cool, just like I saw your reaction today with the crew. Oh, didn't know they had all that. But people really think, you know, oh, it's a condom store, or oh, it must be sex shops, or what do you sell? So it's really hard for people to imagine a condom store, because there's no condom store before.
Now, Helen, I'm a woman, and I want to start a business, but I don't know what type of business, and I don't actually know where to start. Now, what type of advice would you give to me?
Okay, first you have to know yourself. Know where you are strong, where you are weak. Also, if you remember, every time we see a show where they give out awards, you see people, they always thanking their family and thanking their team. So that's really something you have to think about. Your family has to be behind you. If I have some girlfriends who are in business and their boyfriend is really against it because the supper is not ready at 5 and the house is dirty. So if your husband or your friend is not with you 100%, maybe you would try to find a business that is less involving than another one. Try to find people who are really like long-term oriented in their career. They know you're just starting. They know they won't make a lot of money with you now, but they know that if you succeed, then they'll succeed too. So that's very important. Of course, no one, I think, in business works for the money. When you're working into doing something you like, the money comes in. But if you're really working for the money, usually it doesn't come in. You have to like it. Because if you like it, you'll put a lot more efforts into it.
And that's good advice, Helen.
Thank you.
The Capoterie, or the condom shack, represents a viable alternative for people offended by sex shops and intimidated by pharmacies. With an eager clientele and escalating sales, Hélène Richard will always be open for business. By 1996, the federal government is going to give us a new $2 coin. What would you call it? We had to find out.
I don't know, the $2 coin, I don't know.
Okay, thanks a lot. There you have it, the $2 coin.
Do a loony.
Do a loony?
Yeah.
Okay, do a loony, that sounds good. We'll go with that one then.
Loony part 2.
Loony part 2, that's a good one. That'll work. We'll send that one to the federal government, huh?
Okay.
The Dooney. Backbreaking for my purse.
There we are. Ben Lapin, the promoter of World Nightclub at 1400 Montcalm, is trying to boost his club's exposure in the city. And what better way than to bring in 5 of Montreal's hottest DJs. The Soul Train's in town, and it's on schedule. What is hip-hop? What is house? We had a chance to talk to Ben and also Montreal's vinyl king, Vadio, and these guys had all the answers. And Ben, what are you trying to accomplish tonight with this?
What we're trying to do right now is to give some Montreal, because Montreal don't have a place to play only funk, you know. So we're trying to kind of get the people get together, you know, and get studying more funk, you know, because people are more in commercial things. So that's why we're trying to do right here in work.
Now this is your first weekend of the five night DJ. I guess the theme is Soul Train. It's called, right?
Yeah.
And this is the first weekend again. Also, so are we gonna continue this throughout the year? Or is this something that people could come down to the world and expect to see have these DJs available to them?
Yeah, for sure. You know, most of our DJs, you know, are playing a lot of. Usually they're playing some commercial stuff, you know. But now they're trying to put some more funk, and basically that's it.
Okay, so your market right now is
basically to the youth of Montreal.
Yeah.
And
Because-
actually not only youth but university and
Yeah,
an
that's it, because-
older crowd.
The people who are more listening to funk music are more older, you know, they're more like 25, 26, 27. That's why we took the name Soul Train, you know, because it's been a long time, you know, with the series, you know, was playing at on television, you know, and this is more like we got some fantastic DJs here. They're playing some great songs and some great funk, and I think they will did a good job. They did a good job at Toronto. Everybody just went wild, you know. And I'm just hoping that the crowd of Montreal will get together and have a good fun, you know.
Okay, so you're saying they were very widely accepted in Toronto. Well, let's hope it works out for you here. I mean, it looks like you got a good crowd tonight, and all the luck, Ben. And we'll be following the history of the club and all the success in the future. Thanks a lot. Categorize hip hop, old school, new school. What does that mean?
Hip hop for me is like, for me, hip hop is based on the new school, and new school for me is like the roots. So it's all about music. Music is, when it talks to you, you never categorize something, especially with the music. You never do it, because hip hop is soul train, is hip hop is R&B, is everything. It's just music. So whoever feels like dancing, playing the music, or getting into it, you just do it. That's it.
So that terminology, hip hop, old school, new school, dance, funk, it basically it works for all types of music, really. Then
Yeah,
saying it's universal.
Yeah, it's a universal thing. It's like it's music, but whoever feels like calling it hip hop, it's hip hop. Let's do it. You know?
That's right. Montrealers, we're always looking for something new. Thanks, Vadio. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right.
No problem.
Earlier this week, recording artist Crystal Waters also played the world. It was a disappointing crowd because of a lack of advertising, and despite the cold, she still enjoyed the city. Rumor has it you were working for the parole board as a computer technician, and not enough notoriety there, or was it?
You know, come on, you want to sit behind a computer all day or be on stage?
Be on stage.
It was like I got bored. It was like, I can't believe I'm gonna do this. I work for the government, so when you work for the government, you know how much you're gonna make every year for the next 15 years, and it was like nowhere to go. I figured I had nothing to lose. Let me go try this, and if it works, I'll leave.
So you figure it's a little bit nicer not having a ceiling on your income then, eh?
Yeah, you know, it's good to be your own boss too. You know, coming in at 9 in the morning, and it's really hard for me. I was always late.
Okay, I can see it. You're always late. Where do you call home?
I still live in Washington, D.C.
Okay, and you're still kind of flying around right now. I guess your tours take you around the country.
Oh yeah, I've been overseas. I've been through America. This is my second time in Canada this year. So.
Second time. How do you like it?
I like it. It's my first time in Montreal. I didn't really get to see anything. It's very cold.
Very, very cold. Well, we're used to that here, but you haven't learned any French, so I guess.
No.
Too short for you. Crystal, one thing we've noticed about your music, it's really soulful, it's hypnotic, it's danceable. Now I know you concentrate on having a good beat, coordinated with your choreography. Now, do you concentrate a lot on the lyrics? Is there a lot of your personal experiences in your lyrics?
I mean, this whole album, I titled the album Storyteller because I wanted people to know that I wrote all my songs. I wanted them to concentrate on the lyrics because I think I want to be known as a songwriter, and I want people to listen to what I'm saying. Most dance music doesn't say too much. I just want people to know that I do have something to say. So lyrics are very important. That comes first.
So do you have a favorite on this album? Are they all your favorites, or is there something that touches you that has a little more of a personal?
Yeah, I mean, every week there's a different song. But my favorite song is Storyteller because it allowed me to get very poetic, and when I wrote it, and I had a lot of fun, like doing a lot of imagery and things like that, and I hadn't written any poetry in a long time, so when I hear that one, it kind of takes me to another place.
So do you think a lot of dance rap artists right now, I guess, do they have the problem of not writing their own songs? Do you think that poses a problem for them?
It does. I think if you write your own songs, you have more control over it, and it's more of your personality. And I think with dance artists, you have these producers who are dominating, and they don't take the time to develop the artist. I think if the artist would put their foot down and maybe had something to do with the production, and then it would help out a lot.
So in your case, you're actually very happy with your producer right now then.
Oh yeah, we fuss and fight, but they gotta know, the reason why we got together is because they liked me, they like, what I was trying to say in my music, and they want to make sure they keep it like that, and make sure I don't go too commercial, make sure other people don't change me, so we actually work very well together.
You worked with the Basement Boys on your last album, and now did they attribute a lot to your success there?
Oh yeah, I mean they actually discovered me, and they got me my record deal. They did all that, and now we work together, in the studio together a lot, and we get closer and closer every year.
Okay, and now your choreography. And I know you have three of your troopers. Can we get them in here quickly?
You'll have no problem.
Now here we have Crystal Waters, her dance troupe here. These are the dancers. So we're gonna get them to introduce themselves here.
We love her.
Okay, who do we got starting to my right?
This is Terry.
Kevin Milan.
Antoine.
How do you guys go about doing your music, your choreography? You guys each choose a song, or do you work on it together?
We all work on it together.
We're all together. We fight about it for hours and hours.
And
What we're gonna do.
come up with something that works.
So, Chris, do you have a hard time keeping these guys in control, or is it like?
After they do the choreography, I come in and tell them I'm like, no.
They gotta redo it. They gotta rework.
But they're like my kids. I have to take care of them. Tell them they can't stay out too late. Make sure they get up in the morning.
Okay, you guys aren't destroying any hotel rooms at all here, though, are you?
No, of course not. We haven't burned a hotel down in years.
Okay, well, all the success in your album, we're going to be watching it going up the charts, and have a great show tonight, eh?
All right. Thanks.
Okay, great. By 1996, the federal government is going to give us a new $2 coin. What would you call it? We had to find out.
I don't know, the $2 coin, I don't know.
Okay, thanks a lot. There you have it, the $2 coin.
Do a loony.
Do a loony?
Yeah.
Okay, do a loony. That sounds good. We'll go with that one then.
Loony part 2.
Loony part 2. That's a good one. That'll work. We'll send that one to the federal government, huh?
Okay.
The Dooney. Backbreaking for my purse.
There we are. Here's a sample of what we found on a 6th floor bathroom. It says, "Why study when there is no jobs?" And someone wrote in response to that, "I bet the person who wrote this feels more intelligent than he really is." Continued on the other side, it said, "So you won't make stupid statements like this one. Learn to spell there, learn to use proper verb-noun agreement, and punctuate your sentences. Remember, if you find something interesting for the toilet net, give us a call at 848-7403. We're always looking for a good flush." That's it for this show. We'll leave you with the sweet sounds of TLC. We'll see you next week.